Hey, what's up guys? It's Dan here from the Krystal Kaos TCG, and today we are back at it again with another Krystal Showcase video. Today's Krystal Showcase video is of the light elemental crystal Lux, and the Lux Krystal, they focus on getting a lot of draw power and having a lot of creatures and playing a lot of creatures. And the reason for that is because on the planet Chaos, the Lux Krystal is about the same distance away from the star as the Earth would be from the Sun, which also causes them to tend to be more humanoid creatures than the rest. So they're the most normal to us humans, which is also why they have this strategy of having a lot of creatures, because that's what a lot of militaries and armies have. Here, that's a lot of their strategy, so it kind of relates to that. So that is Lux's strategy, and Lux's rival ability goes along with that, and it reads: when one of your Lux creatures attacks and kills its rival, draw one card. So it goes along with the strategy of having a lot of creatures, having a lot of cards, because you get to draw a card whenever your rival ability goes off. And also, side note, I don't have the copy of the Lux Krystal, like from the Game Crafter. As you can see, it's just in the sleeve, like I just printed it out on my printer, because although I had a copy of every single card, I just want to show you this. I put each of the crystals in this little display thing. I'll show you. It'll cut to that right now. So guys, this is the display I was talking about. I used the actual physical copies of each crystal. So there's the Lux one right there. I don't have an extra copy of that, so that's why I had to use the printed out one. But let me know what you guys think of it. I think it looks pretty snazzy, if I do say so myself. But alright, let's get on to the creatures. So, the first creature is a rare, and his name is Atomic Warrior. And Atomic Warrior is a 7-shard creature. As I said, he's a rare. He has 260 power and 260 health, which isn't, for a 7-shard rare, that's not really great, but his ability is where he shines. So he reads double the effect of any, I know it's a little bit hard to read, but double the effect of any atomic card that increases power/health attached to this creature. So this is specifically made for 2 cards in particular, which I will show you right now. They're equipable cards, and they are Atomic Sword and Atomic Helm. So Atomic Sword reads: the attached creature gains 70 power, and Atomic Helm is the opposite. The attached creature gains 70 health. So, when you attach Atomic Sword or Atomic Health to Atomic Warrior, because of Atomic Warrior's ability, it doubles the amount of power and health that they increase. So, for example, if I attached Atomic Sword to Atomic Warrior, instead of gaining 70 power, Atomic Warrior would gain 140 power, putting him up to 400 power, and vice versa with Atomic Helm, he would gain 140 health, so he could potentially be a 400 7-shard creature, which is insane. He is a really good card, that's why he's a rare, and these cards work really well with him. And even on their own, Atomic Sword and Atomic Helm are just really versatile cards to have in any deck. The next creature is a 1-shard creature. His name is Smiley, and he is the weakest creature in the game. He has the lowest combined power and health, but he's a 1-shard creature, so that makes sense. And there's not a lot going on with his artwork either. I don't even know what I was thinking when I made this. He's just a bunch of smiley faces. He's a little weird, I don't know. But a lot of the Lux creatures are kind of weird. That's kind of what their theme is a little bit. Alright, next we have a 4-shard creature called Bombros. And Bombros, he's a common with 240 power and 160 health. And fun fact about Bombros is my friend Aiden, he was in one of my duo videos. He came up with the design for this creature, so that's why I made him in the game. So this is Aiden's creature. Shout out to you. Alright, the next creature is a 5-shard creature. His name is Ziggula, and he has 210 power and 250 health. So Ziggula, he's this like light ninja, and he is really fast, which explains his 250 health. But he's another creature that one of my friends designed. Actually, my little cousin designed Ziggula, so that's why I really like Ziggula a lot, because my little cousin came up with the idea for him. I really like this creature. The next 3 creatures are a part of a mini archetype in the Lux Krystal for set 1, and it'll probably expand into set 2 as well. But it is the Lucian battle archetype. So the first creature is the weakest in the archetype, but his name is Lucian Battle Soldier. He's a 3-shard creature with 150 power and 200 health. And he has an ability which reads, all your played Lux creatures with 3 or less shards gain 50 power for every other played Lux creature with 3 or less shards. So what this means is, if you have any of like Lux creature played with 3 or less shards, they gain 50 power for each of them. So if you, for example, if you had 2 Lucian battle soldiers, they'd both gain 50 power for each of them, so they'd gain 100 power because there's 2 of them. This works with the Lucian battle archetype because their archetype is based around boosting up your creatures and benefiting off of having more creatures played. So that is why you get a benefit off of having multiple creatures played. For this example, it's weaker creatures, because otherwise it would be a little bit too overpowered if it was to every single creature. And also you got some support for our Smiley out there. And one thing I forgot to mention, his ability relates to being soldiers, because typically the more soldiers there are, the more powerful they get. So that's why this is supposed to go with having multiple Lucian battle soldiers. So the more Lucian battle soldiers you have, the more powerful the soldiers will get. The next creature in the Lucian battle archetype is a creature called Lucian Battle Sergeant. He costs 5 shards to play, and he has 230 power and 260 health. And his ability reads, all Lucian battle creatures gain 50 power and 50 health. So it can only be Lucian battle creatures, but it makes sense because the Lucian Battle Sergeant, he's a sergeant, and what sergeants do is they train and work with the soldiers and people who are in the military. So in the Lucian Battle army, the sergeants will boost them all up, so that's why 50 power and 50 health to any Lucian battle creature. So that is Lucian Battle Sergeant. Final Lux creature for set 1 and the final Lucian battle creature as of set 1 is called Lucian Battle General. He costs 6 shards, 240 power and 270 health. He has an ability which reads, once per turn, if this is your only played Lux creature, you may add 1 Lucian battle creature from your deck to your hand. Lucian Battle General's ability goes along with the fact that generals, they're kind of like commanders, and they send out your troops and command them. So that is why he can get your Lucian battle creatures from your deck to your hand. So he's really good at bringing them out onto the field and getting them in so that the other Lucian battle creatures can boost each other up. So he's also works with Lucian Battle Sergeant's ability, since he's a Lucian battle creature, so he would benefit off of that, and he's pretty powerful by himself. So that is Lucian Battle General. Alright, so those are all the creatures. Now we'll get on to some other some like support cards, some special cards. I've started calling any card other than creatures and crystal cards, I've called them special cards. So that includes resources, equipables, chaos cards, bridge boosters, anything like that. So the actual support card for Lux though in set 1 is called blonchorius, and blonchorius is a permanent resource, and it is actually the moon, one of the planet Chaos's 2 moons. This is the one that's by Lux, so it's like the light elemental one. On the planet, it's over by the Lux area, so the Lux like territories. And also a lot of Lux creatures live on the moon blonchorius, and they become mutated, which is why they become more powerful, and that's why things like Bombros exist. They become mutated and they just get a little bit more powerful. So blonchorius's ability reads, once per turn, you may kill a 4 shard or lower Lux creature to add a 5 shard or higher Lux creature from your deck to your hand. So this goes along with the idea that the Lux creatures like to have multiple creatures played, because it gets your powerful creatures out. Since you'd have a lot of creatures, you'd probably tend to have a lot of lower, weaker creatures, 4 shard or lower creatures. So you might want to sacrifice some of them to get your more powerful creatures out. So blonchorius is a good support card for the Lux Krystal in this set. It's good for getting your more powerful creatures out. The next card is an equipable card, and it's also another atomic card, and it's called atomicscythe. And it is a rare, and it reads, you can only equip this to a creature with 300 or less power. The attached creature may attack twice per turn. So it's a rare because it has a really, really good ability, and it doesn't double its effect with Atomic Warrior because that would be way too overpowered. But atomicscythe is really, really good in and of itself. So it allows you to attack twice per turn with 1 creature as long as it has 300 or less power, which is an insane ability. The next card is a single-use resource called Cryptic Labyrinth, which reads, gain 1 shard for every 2 cards in your hand. And this is good for the Lux themed decks, because in Lux themed decks, since the rival ability is to draw a card, and it's all about getting creatures and getting cards out, like lots and lots of cards. This is good because you would probably tend to run out of shards since you have so many creatures, and it would make use of having a large hand, which you probably would have if you play with the Lux themed deck. So Cryptic Labyrinth is a good card to have because it's basically a win-win. You have a large hand, and you get shards to play, and you get shards to pay to play your creatures that you probably don't have a lot of shards to pay. So that is Cryptic Labyrinth. The last card today is a single-use resource card, and it's called the Treasure of Envy. It is a rare, and it reads, draw cards until you have 1 more than your opponent. So this is a really, really good card, like especially if your opponent has a lot of cards in their hand. I know this is a good card for me to have if I ever play against my mum, because she tends to have many, many cards in her hand. So this would be beneficial to me. But this would also be beneficial to a Lux deck, because you would want to get a lot of creatures out, especially in the beginning of the game, when you probably won't have a lot of cards in your hand. If your opponent has some, you could get a bunch of cards out of that. So Treasure of Envy is a really good card in general, but it's also specifically a really good card in Lux themed decks. So guys, that was the Lux Krystal Showcase. Please let me know in the comment section down below which of these cards is your favorite, which creature of the Lux Krystal is your favorite. My favorite is probably Atomic Warrior. I just like his artwork, and he's really, really powerful, and he's done me a lot of good in duels. So he's probably my favorite Lux creature. Let me know what your favorite is. But other than that, guys, thank you very much for watching again, and have a great day. Bye.